of the CSS. I added image to it. This is the CSS, and this is the add. There is a validation require, all that is implemented, and also this is the add class. There is a pattern also added, and this is the validation. And let's go to this. Let's add a class. Before we do this, I love to do the validation. Let's just do the validation first. HTML, fine. Then let's close. Let's do the CSS. CSS, everything is fine. Let's do this. Let's do this one also. Everything is fine. Okay. Now let's move to. Okay, now as you can see, little icon here. If I type, it will leave. This is the one I was trying to identify. This is the image, and this is it here. Validation is just a little icon to show. And let's go back. If I type, it will leave. And if I don't have a feed, I press this will appear. This is the HTML validation, not the server side. The server side, it has to print out something to show that it cannot submit to the server because there is an empty or it is invalid. Let's do this. For me to remove this, I have to click no validation. If I click no validation, it means that the HTML will no longer be working, which is known as a require. Then let's go to the server side. When I click, the server side will appear. This is the server side. Say please provide valid information and no empty feed. This is it. But if I type something inside now, let me say cars, which is going to appear here. Let's see what will happen. Automatically, you can see it has car here because the server side is valid and the require HTML is valid. And if we go to the database here and refresh, there is none here for now. When I refresh, you will see the car here. And let's go to the second validation, which is this also. As you can see, the little icon appear here too. If I select now, let me click first, as you can see. But before that, let me do the validation. Let me do this one first. As you can see, no error. Okay. Now let me refresh. Let me do the HTML validation. Good. Okay. Let me do the CSS validation. Good. Now let's go to this. The HTML validation first. When I click, it will show require. For me to disable it and pass it, no. I click on no validation. Once I click the server side, validation will pop up. As you can see, please provide valid information and no empty feed. Let me provide all these. Let me choose car. Let me say SGRT. Let me use number like this. Make by, let me just say FQ. A model, let me say France, like this. I just love to. Description, let me just describe the new France model vehicle. Let me just say vehicle. Now this is it. This is just to pass it up. Let me say the price is 1,000. Let me just say is 1,200. 8,200. Let me say in stock 12 color. I love red. Let me say red this time. Red. Let's pass it up. Why is it like this? Because I include a wrong. Do you see it? That means it's going to be only alphabet. You see, this is what I intend doing. And I can just say, let me just say is a WQ, and let me pass it in and see. Look, it said thank you for register effect. Please find it in the respective class. Okay, now if we go to the database, let's check if we have it inside in the class. Let's check. Model, fine. Okay, let's go to event. Let's go down. This is it here, as you can see. This is it here, is working fine. Thank you, that is all. The sign-in registration, let's check it first. No error and everything is good, fine. Now let's check the HTML validation. No, before the HTML validation, let's check the HTML. Okay, now, yeah, HTML validation. Let's do that first. Okay, now fine, everything is fine. Let's also do the CSS validation. Okay, everything is fine. As you can see the error here, everything is fine. Okay, let's test. You can see it's saying feed require. Okay, it will be saying feed require. Okay, it's require feed here. The name is pumping up because I have to clear the history, but if I select here, I click, it's going to be showing the down feed require. If I type my name, which is my surname, it's going to be telling me email require also. If I type in this, it will go to password, it is require. But before that, I can use this to disable, and if I clear the feed here, I clear it and I clear it, you see it's repeat. And if I click this, it will go to server validation automatically. As you can see, it is server validation automatically. The feed is required here, but if I click this and fill in the rightful word, if the password is not correct, it will tell me it doesn't match. But if you match, automatically see the icon is away, and if we click submit, automatically will tell me thank you for register Owamawe. Please use your email and password to log in. This is it. It's working fine, and this is the validation.